Thank you, everybody, for being here. At Nestlé, we believe that good health starts with food. And food is at the very basics of our well-being, but not only. Food is also, for us, a way to connect with people, to be together, to enjoy good moments together, and in some cases also a representation of our culture. I know that now is calzots time for us, so it's not only a pizza, I'm Italian, it's also calzots that represents cultures and food. Food, anyway, and maintaining a balanced diet is something that we all would like to have. And we asked our clients, our customers, if they are able of maintaining a healthy and balanced diet every day. So I would like to ask you, do you think that you have a balanced diet every day? How many of you get it? Good food every day, good for your health, good for your pleasure. Good, well, it's a good portion. So we asked the same question to our customers. Bear in mind that Nestlé is a global company. We operate in 185 markets across the globe. We have 2,000 brands, 10,000 products. So when we ask a question like this, we really are considering the whole world. And how many do you think struggle to keep a balanced diet every day in percentage? 50%. 80%? 90%. Well, 93% of the world population struggle to have good food, a balanced diet every day of their life. So we dig a little bit deeper and we try to understand what are the principal causes of this struggle in our customers. And we define three main elements that are key for three barriers that are in between good food and an actual good diet. The first one is cost. Not everybody in every part of the world can have access of good food for a reasonable price. Eating well is expensive. The second one is taste. It seems that we are not ready to give up on taste anytime soon. So we want to eat needs to be tasty, needs to be good. And in our minds, healthy and tasty doesn't always go well together. And the last one is convenience. We live active life, we jump from one thing to the other, or it's simply just difficult to find the right time, the right moment to focus on good food, prepare it, eat it like it is needed. So these are the three main elements that we have defined as big barriers between good food and a good diet. So this, from our perspective, is a big issue, and we also feel a big responsibility, because with the footprint of Nestlé, we are in a privileged position to actually do something about it. Just because we serve food all across the globe, and we have so many different products, we believe that we can do a lot to improve the quality of food for the customers worldwide. And as well as tackling a problem, for us, it's also a very big business opportunity, because, of course, you can imagine that this wide population of people that are craving for good food is also willing to buy Nestlé products that help them in this ambition. And that's why Nestlé developed a global strategy that encompasses all of the activity around nutrition and health that is called Good For You. Good For You, combined with the other pillar of the global strategy, Good For the Planet, complements the idea of Nestlé of being a force for good, both for the planet and for the people. So within the strategy of Good For You, we are basically trying to bring tasty and nutritious food to everybody, not only now, but also for the future, so in a sustainable way. And within the Good For You strategy, here you can find a little bit the link to the infographic that I just shown. We have identified two main pillars to act upon the ambition. On one hand, we have portfolio and products. We want more products to fulfill more specific needs, and we want better products. The same products that we sell today, we want them to be better in terms of nutrition and healthiness. And on the other one, we have communication and services. We want to be very transparent on what our products are and what they contain, on the way they are suggested to be consumed in the context of a healthy life, and we also want to help our customers to raise and pick up healthy habits in their nutritional diet first, but also in a general well-being space. So, my name is Fabrizio Monaco, and I manage the global program for the digital part of Good For You. And what I would like to talk about today is how technology is helping Nestlé achieving this ambition of bringing tasty, affordable, and nutritious food to all the world. So, the key strategic pillars that we just identified, portfolio and products and communication and services, has been brought down to several different activities within the company, and all of them are powered by a strong footprint of technology. So digital technology, IT in general, is very present in every activity around the context of Good For You and bringing healthy food worldwide. For the portfolio and product part, we have identified and we are working mainly on three things. On one hand, we are trying to enable an easier way to improve our recipes on the nutritional perspective in the process of product development. You can imagine that the product development of something within a company like Nestlé takes a long time, and once it is done and scaled up, it's also difficult to change. So we want this process to be more flexible and to onboard in the very definition of the recipes concepts that can help our product developers pay attention to the healthiness of our products. The second one is data, transparency, availability, and insights. So we are doing a lot of work in terms of how we structure the data in a way that are easy to be consumed for just transparency and visibility, but also combined to generate insights for our strategists and also product development to understand where it's better to focus the efforts to do better products like the Good For You ambition is asking us to do. And the last one is taste. Nestlé have regular panels where we taste our products with real consumers, and this is a long and costly process. And uses different steps that leverage different technologies. So the idea here is actually to simplify the landscape and help a little bit this process to streamline, but also pave the landscape for future use of this data in a better way. I will talk about this in a moment. Let me jump to the communication and service pillar. In this area, we are talking more about how we help our consumers understand our products, use them in a wellness context, and be more intentional in the effort around wealth and well-being. So we developed also three main initiatives around digital presence and communication, where we expose all details about our products and recommendation and best practices on how to consume them. Another one is the use of artificial intelligence for two main services that we are providing digitally. One is a chatbot that interacts with the customers on the website to define together menu plans for themselves and their family based on the specific needs of the group of people. And the last one is a companion, is an application that we are developing, also leveraging artificial intelligence to not only extend the capabilities of the chatbot with planification in menu and recipes, but also be a personal companion for taking decisions and picking up healthy habits customized on one single person's needs. So it's going to be in your pocket, and it's going to learn from you what is your lifestyle and give you straight access to tips on how to improve your well-being. Now, if we get back a little bit to the portfolio and products, I wanted to give you a little bit an overview of what are the implications for IT of these three elements. On the first one, we are talking about many recipes that we have in Nestlé, and the process of improving them, it's very complex. What we are developing today is a collaboration between our nutritionists and our mathematicians, actually, that we are bridging the gap between the actual recipes and a healthier version of themselves that can be powered by the tool that we are developing. So we start from an existing recipes, and in the process of development, it's at a certain point in the process, you can decide to optimize this recipe by several elements. Together with the ambition of Nestlé of bringing sustainability to our production and our products, the product developers can define targets for sustainability, and from now on, thanks to the Good For You strategy, also on nutritional values. So the algorithm behind the scenes is calculating the score of the recipe versus some nutritional parameters that, for your interests, are very similar to the Nutri-Score calculation that we do here in Europe, but it's based on the health star ratings. That is another standard present in another part of the world, that is the official standard that we are adopting in Nestlé, and proposing tweaks to the recipe that can improve the nutritional value of the recipe without changing the core of it, so without actually going and producing another product. This is the first and most important part of the initiative of Good For You within the IT landscape today. This is possible because of the second pillar, which is availability of data. Our products are a combination of raw elements, method of preparations, and availability of them in the different parts of the world, and all starts with the tests. So we experiment in our labs, we try to come up with tasty food, and after the experimentation is done and the recipe is identified, it needs to be scaled up, and so adopted by our factories and produced in big quantities. So whenever the recipe is industrialized, any change to it is pretty difficult, as we are saying, but generates a number of data points that are complex to match together because there are a combination of several steps that happened before. So what we have done here is trying to standardize the way we gather the data and governance that actually can make them robust enough to be used not only for reporting on the quality of our portfolio. So we are able today to share with the world, with our stakeholders, with our customers, how much of our entire portfolio scores on a certain level on the parameter of HSR, the health star rating scale that we just mentioned. And this is gathering all of the portfolio of Nestlé, so it's a huge amount of data. But this is also very helpful whenever you want to take decision on, okay, I have this part of the portfolio, I have 59% of the portfolio scoring 3.5 HSR or above, which is a reality. What about the rest? What is the closest recipes or part of the portfolio where I can focus my attention and bring them into the good part or the best part of our portfolio, increasing the health start rating score? Well, with all the work that we have done with analytics and data governance, we are closer now to give this kind of insights to our product developers and company in general. And then on the last part, on the part of taste, we want to do all of this changing our recipes, improving the quality of our products, and creating variations of them that are healthy and good for our customers without losing our competitive advantage on taste. People buy Nestlé products because they are good, first and foremost. They taste good. So this is fundamental for in this kind of business. And the tests that we conduct on basically all of our portfolio are costly, are long, and are very difficult to structure because we talk with people. We ask them, what do you think about this product? And the kind of answer we get is not a yes or no, it's not digital. Okay, so all this information is now very unstructured, but we want to find a way to squeeze all of this information into usable insights that can be not only valuable for knowing if a new prototype is good to go on the market or not, but also to see if a variation of the same product will like or not without going through another test with the users, or at least having a direction. Well, we are working on it, okay? It's very complicated, but the IT part of this is how we make sure that all the tests fits into a category, semantic, let's say, structure of the data that can generate the basics of an analytical structure that can actually leverage this data for these kind of decisions. So we review the entire landscape of IT tools under the taste part, and we simplified and work a lot on the data structure to enable our product developers to have a better view on their products. So all of this is what we are doing today. This is a long journey. Nestlé has always been committed to this. It's no news, but now we are going to be more intentional, and IT plays a fundamental role in this initiative. For any question, please feel free to reach me. And here you have a little bit more resources on how Nestlé is committed to bring good nutritional values around. I can see a hand there. Yeah? Another one?
Hello. Does it work? It's not working? Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fabrizio. I would like to ask about resources, because I've been reading a lot of reports and research that the problem is not really that we have not enough food, but it's not distributed evenly. So how do you leverage AI to to deal with this problem of food being thrown away rather than given away to some charity projects?
Mm-hmm. We have a number of initiatives around this concept. Thank you for the question. It goes a little bit beyond the thing that I've just discussed about, but Nestlé has always been very interested in this part for a number of reasons. Of course, to limit the waste, but also for economical reasons. We need to optimize our supply chain. So first thing, we start with visibility and traceability. So we have been applying, for instance, in our supply chain, some technology like blockchains to track the origin of our supply chain and make sure that it is optimized and let's say, sustainable, with also a lot of initiatives to make the producers of this food to grow in terms of capacity, but also economically. And then in terms of how the food is consumed and managed, depend on the category, we have different initiatives. For instance, you may know that for everything that is coffee related, we have a whole system of recovering what is generated after the use of the capsules or the coffee in general. And for the rest of the food, the initiative is very much a collaboration between the geographic area that we are operating and so the institutions and the company. Here, for instance, in Spain, we collaborate with the company that is organizing the selection of waste to minimize the impact of waste food. So it is a various a wide range of initiatives. You will have more information if you follow this link, but I can tell you that Nestlé is interested in these topics for a long time now. Thank you. Okay, there was another one here.
Must be very quick because we need to go into the
Sure,
next panel.
okay.
So very brief, please.
One more question?
Well, we
Real
could change for someone
Yeah, there was this.
who hasn't spoken yet.
Somebody here wanted to ask. Yeah.
Hello. Can I ask a question? Yeah, okay. Thanks,
Sorry.
Fabrizio. It's going to be a quick question. You've mentioned that you measure metrics like Nutri-Score or some of your own, but there's also some concerns about Nutri-Score being kind of biased. For example, there is diet sodas obtaining A or B because of low calories or low sugars.
Yeah.
Also, olive oil having a bad score because of high calories, something like this.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure that this is not like a healthy wash kind of metrics, and how do you try to reduce actually like ultra-processed food and leverage whole food? Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. I mean, the Nutri-Score or health star ratings is a tip of the iceberg, let's say. But in Nestlé, we have been measuring the quality of our food since forever. And we actually have guidelines, internal guidelines, for what we call good foundation. So these good foundation are guardrails that guide our product developers into an area of healthiness that is defining the base of it. Then when you are in the development of the product and you go ahead, there are also other elements that we measure. One is, for instance, the fruit and vegetable percentage of the ingredients contained in the recipe to score its, let's say, wealthiness of naturalness. And on top of that, we have all the stuff, for instance, like we call it clean core. So we want all the ingredients to be of natural origin, not artificial, not chemicals. So on top of the Nutri-Score, which is the most easy and accessible way of measuring the healthiness of our products, we internally have many others that we use as tools to improve our recipes that is actually not visible on the package just because it's very internal to Nestlé. But indeed, we pay attention to that, and we have our own additional layers of, let's say, check for the healthiness of our recipes. This is kind of difficult to see in what you have publicly available, but we have guidelines, Nestlé, that goes much more beyond what you have for the Nutri-Score. Nutri-Score is just a very easy way of encompassing everything, and as you say, can be biased.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Thank you.